Hi, yoga friends. Welcome to Sarah Mapes Yoga. I'm Sarah, and I'll be your yoga teacher today. Today's practice is going to be all about slow flow. We'll transition easily from one pose to the next, and we'll hold each posture for 3 to 5 breaths. For this practice, you might want a couple of blocks, one at either end, and you may want a blankie to go underneath your knees for some extra padding. Let's get started in a tabletop position. Take a moment in your tabletop position to feel into your body, maybe shifting your hips from side to side. And notice how you're feeling today. Start to take slow, steady breaths, even inhales and exhales. And then let's let the breath lead the movement. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, round your spine. Coming back to a neutral back. Go ahead and take your right leg back behind you, toes are tucked under, and push through your right heel, warming up the back of your calf. Breathe into it. Go ahead and lift your leg up straight back behind you. Try not to let your belly drop down in, but keep it strong and steady. Maybe take your left arm out in front of you. Breathe into it. Bring your hand and your knee back down to the mat. Let's switch sides. Left leg goes back behind you. Toes are tucked under. Push through your left heel. And lift your legs straight up behind you, keeping your core strong and steady. Maybe take your right arm out in front of you. And bring your hand and your knee back to the mat. If you're using a blanket underneath your knees, go ahead and fold it up and set it off to the side now. And coming back to our tabletop position, tuck under both sets of toes, lifting your hips, coming into downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, feel free to pedal through your legs, feeling into your body, maybe shifting your hips. And then press firmly down into the mat with both palms. Index fingers are out in front, your other fingers are spread out. And think about drawing the energy from your torso back towards your thighs. Breathe into it. Lift your heels up as high as they'll go and lower them down. Lift them up and lower them down. Lift them up and lower them down. Look forward towards both hands and step your feet together at the front of your mat. You can bend your knees here if that feels good. You can leave them straight, totally up to you. Hands can stay down on the mat, or you could take hold of opposite elbows. Go ahead and release your head down towards the floor. Let gravity do its work. Breathe into it. Inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, bring your hands together at heart center. Take a moment to feel into your foundation, your feet. Feel into the balls of your feet and your heels. Rock back and forth between your heels and your toes. Feet can be together or they can be about hip width apart. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, place your hands down on the mat and step your feet back to a downward facing dog. Look forward towards your hands and step your right foot forward between both hands. Right arm reaches up towards the sky in a twist. Right hand comes back and lift both arms, coming into a high lunge. Find your drishti, your spot to gaze at, and slowly start to shift yourself forward, coming into warrior three. Bring your left foot down, bend both knees, lifting your arms up towards the sky in upward chair pose. And rise all the way up onto the balls of your feet, bringing your hands together at heart center for candle flame. And lower down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, place your hands down on the mat, stepping back to downward facing dog. Look forward towards your hands and step your left foot forward between both hands. Left arm reaches up towards the sky in a twist. Left hand comes back down to the mat. Lift both arms up towards the sky, coming into a high lunge. Both hips are facing forward. Find your drishti, your spot to gaze at, and slowly shift yourself forward, coming into warrior three. Breathe into it. Right foot comes down, bend both knees, lifting your arms, coming into upward chair pose. Rise all the way up onto the balls of your feet. Hands come together at heart center for candle flame. And lower down. Beautiful. All right, step your right leg back behind you, lifting your arms, coming into a high lunge. Take your arms out to the sides and wave your hands forward along with your torso, coming forward and up. Turn towards the left, opening your arms out to the sides, coming into a twist. Coming back to center, lift your arms up towards the sky. Turn towards the right and open out into warrior two, facing the back of your mat. Your right knee is stacked over your ankle. Take your arms out as far as they'll reach on both sides. Looking out over your right fingertips and breathe, feeling strong and steady. Maybe even taking a moment here to roll your shoulders back once and sink down into your hips just a little bit further. Start to straighten your right leg out on the mat. You could grab your block and bring it to the outside of your right foot if you like here. Arms come out to the sides and reach out as far as you can over towards the right, bringing your hand down to your block or your leg or your ankle or foot, and sweep your left arm up towards the sky for side triangle pose. Breathe into it. Bend your right knee, bringing your right arm to your thigh. Left arm reaches up and over. Extended side angle. If you'd like more of a challenge here and to get a little bit of core work in, you could lift your right arm. And come back up through warrior two. Go ahead and wave both hands down to the mat, lifting your left heel and turning towards the back of your mat. We're going to come into a revolved half moon. You could place your block on the mat to go underneath your left hand, or you could just place your hand down on the mat. Lift your left leg up so that your foot is square. Not your foot, your leg is square. Hips are square here. And lift your right arm up towards the sky. Breathe into it. Bring your right hand down to the mat. Set your block off to the side. Both hands come down to the mat and lift your left leg up towards the sky in a standing split. Bring your left foot down to meet your right. Bend both legs, lifting your arms, coming into upward chair pose. And rise all the way up to standing. Come up onto the balls of your feet, bringing your hands together at heart center and lower down. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. Step your left leg back behind you, coming into a high lunge. Arms reach up towards the sky. Think about keeping your ribs in and lifting up. Both hips are facing forward. Your back heel is lifted. Take your arms out to the sides and bring your arms and your torso forward, lifting yourself up. Turn towards the right, opening out into a twist. Breathe into it. Arms come back up to center and turn towards the left, coming into warrior two, facing the front of your mat. Your left knee is stacked over your ankle. Take a moment to roll your shoulders back, seeing if you can sink just a little bit further into your hips. Take your gaze out over your left fingertips and breathe. Slowly start to straighten your left foot. Reach your arms out as far as you can over towards the left. Bring your hand down to your leg, ankle, or your foot or a block. And reach your right arm up towards the sky for side triangle pose. Breathe into it. Bend your left knee, bringing your arm to your thigh. Right arm reaches up and over, coming into extended side angle. Again, if you'd like to add some additional core work here, lift your left arm up. Breathe into it. And lift yourself back up into warrior two. Wave both hands down to frame your left foot at the front of your mat. Right heel lifts, coming forward. Go ahead and shift yourself forward, lifting your right leg up. Hips are square. We're coming into our revolved half moon. Lift your left arm up towards the sky and breathe. Left hand comes down to the mat and reach your right foot up towards the sky in a standing split. Right foot comes down by your left. Bend both knees, lifting your arms, coming into upward chair pose. Rise all the way up onto the balls of your feet and bring your hands together at heart center. And lower down. Turn towards the side of your mat. We're going to do a little bit of balance work. If you'd like to use a chair or the wall, please feel free. Go ahead and ground down firmly with your right foot, lifting your left foot, coming into tree pose. It might be a low tree, it might be a high tree. The only place you don't want to put your foot is right on your knee. Don't put pressure on your standing leg knee. Hands can come to heart center, or maybe they reach up towards the sky. Or maybe you bring a hand down towards your knee. You come into a bit of a lateral stretch as well. Totally up to you. Experiment with your tree. Have a little bit of fun. Coming back up, go ahead and release your foot and give your legs a little wiggle and a shake out, and we'll switch sides. Ground down firmly with your left foot. Right foot comes up, low tree or a high tree. So make sure you don't put pressure on your standing leg knee. Hands can come to heart center, or they can reach up towards the sky, or maybe you come into a lateral stretch. Coming back up, go ahead and release your feet. Give yourself a little bit of a wiggle and a shake out, and come back to the front of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, place your hands down on the mat. Step your feet back to a downward facing dog. Look forward towards your hand and step your right foot forward between both hands. Lift your right arm up towards the sky in a twist. Right hand comes back down towards the mat. Drop your left knee down to the mat and slowly start to straighten your right leg out. Coming into this lovely runner stretch. Breathe into it. Shifting forward, tucking under your left toes, step your right foot back to a downward facing dog. Look forward towards your hands and step your left foot forward. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Left hand comes down, right knee drops down to the mat, and slowly start to straighten your left leg out on the mat. Go ahead and fold forward, coming into our runner stretch. Coming forward, tucking under your back toes, step your left foot back to a downward facing dog. Go ahead and come down onto your knees. Feel free to place a blankie underneath your knees for extra padding if that feels good. Walk your hands out long on the mat, coming into a puppy stretch. Breathe into it. Take your left arm underneath your right, threading the needle, feeling into your shoulders. It's always such a yummy stretch. Keeps my back happy. I hope it keeps your back happy. Bring your left hand back to center. Right hand goes underneath your left, threading the needle on the other side. Bring your right hand back to center. Come down onto your forearms and then all the way onto your belly. Lifting the crown of your head, coming into Sphinx pose. Breathe into it. It's a wonderful pose for strengthening our backs. And go ahead and lower all the way down onto your mat, bringing your arms out long behind you. Inhale, lift your head, shoulders, and arms, coming into a half locust. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting your head, shoulders, and arms, coming into a half locust. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting your head, shoulders, arms, and this time lift your legs up. Breathe into it. And lower down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders in front of you and push yourself back into a wide leg child's pose. Feet come together. Take your arms out long in front of you. Feel this lengthening in your spine. Walk your hands all the way over to the left side, feeling into your right side body. Hands come through center. Walk over towards the right side, feeling into your left side body. Then make your way up to a seated position with your legs out long in front of you on the mat. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold, reaching towards your toes. Think about folding from the hip, stopping wherever your body says to stop. Breathe into it. Lift yourself back up to a seated position. Go ahead and bend your right knee, taking your right foot into your left thigh. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold, reaching towards your left toes. Keep looking at your toes and think about folding forward towards your toes. Walk your hands back in, straighten your right leg out on the mat, bend your left knee out to the side, left foot comes into your right thigh. Inhale your arms up towards the sky, exhale, forward fold, reaching towards your right toes. Breathe into it. lift yourself back up to a seated position. Straighten your left leg out on the mat and go ahead and lie down on your back. Keeping both knees bent, feet are flat on the mat. Take your right foot, crossing it over your left knee. Interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Maybe use your right elbow to push in towards your right knee and draw both legs in closer towards your torso. Breathe into it. Feel into your hips. And release your legs and feet. Let's switch sides. Left foot crosses over your right knee. Interlace your fingers behind your right thigh, drawing your legs in closer towards your torso. Breathe into it. Go ahead and release your legs. Straighten your left leg out on the mat. Hug your right knee into your chest and take it across your body over towards the left side. Right arm comes out to the side. Gaze goes over towards the right. Bringing your right leg back to center, go ahead and release your foot. Hug your left knee into your chest. Take your left leg across your body over to the right. Left arm comes out to the side and your gaze goes out towards the left. Bringing your leg back to center, go ahead and bring the soles of both feet together. Knees come out to the sides. Bring your arms out to the sides, palms facing up towards the ceiling. You can stay here through our whole final relaxation, or you could straighten your legs out at any point. With your eyes closed, soften your face. Your shoulders and your arms relax. Let your torso and hips feel heavy. And sink into the mat. Let your legs and your feet soften and relax. Slowly start to bring feeling back into your fingers and toes. Bring your knees together, arms come up overhead. And roll over onto your side, making your way up to a comfortable seat in your own time. Take a moment in your comfortable seat to think about someone or something that you're grateful for. Bring your hands together at heart center. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. I hope you liked this practice. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and let me know anything you'd like me to make a video for, anything you'd like to work on with yoga. I'll see you again on the mat soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.